Jeremy, they run the quarterback, they run keys. Just how hard is it to cover both?
I mean, it's just gap discipline. You know, they give us different looks. They have a really good running back. They also have a really good running quarterback. So just staying on your keys, you know, making the play when we have those opportunities.
You know, did you feel like the defense oversold to the running back and let the quarterback escape a little bit today?
Here and there, yeah, we showed glimpses of that. You know, losing leverage on that quarterback. So, yeah, I could say we did a little bit on that.
You know, just how disappointing is it to lose to Indiana State again?
Extremely. You know, every loss hurts the same. You know, it never gets better. You know, you never want to get used to losing, so it hurts the same every single time.
You know, you block a field goal, you have so many tackles. Just how frustrating do you feel like how frustrating is it for you to try as hard as you do and just not come on the winning end today?
I mean, it is frustrating, but like Landon said in the locker room downstairs, hard work, you know, it doesn't guarantee success. We just got to keep working every single day, and that's what I'm going to continue to do as a player.
What did you see on the blocked field goal?
Just saw an opening. Our Sam linebacker, outside linebacker, took away the outside hand there, tight end. Our corner did a good job of drawing the wing, so, you know, just opened the gap for me, and I just rushed through.
But you don't practice that, right? That's athleticism.
No, we practice that.
You do?
Yeah, we practice that. Yes, sir.
Did Indiana State do anything you weren't expecting on offense? As a defensive player, they come out and do something different than you expected?
No, sir. No, we prepare for everything. Coach Paulson prepared as well for everything that they showed us. We just have to execute those opportunities when we get them.
You know, you win as a team, you lose as a team, but what do you think this team needs to turn the tide here, to pull out one of these close games that maybe shouldn't be this close?
We just got to stay together. You know, we shoot ourselves in the foot sometimes, making selfish penalties here and there. We just got to stay together, play for the person next to us, and, you know, not play just for our individual.
And do you feel like you're progressing, you know, in that area?
I think so. You know, it's a daily process, on and off the field. But, you know, we're putting our foot down, and we're going to come together. We're going to figure it out.
Anything else for Jeremy?
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Did you know you were starting all week, Matt, or when did he tell you?
I found out on Tuesday, I think. You know, that's when he pulled me in the office and, you know, told me.
You know, had you try to spark the offense a little bit today?
You know what? You know, they believe in me and I believe in them. So like any motivation that I can try to bring out in them or vice versa, you know. I mean, I feel like everyone else. I mean, the O-line. We set a challenge this week to run the ball, and I feel like they accomplished that. I feel like we ran the ball pretty good. But again, I think it just comes down. I need to make better plays.
What about the push at the end there? You know, what did you see from your teams? What was the conversation like going into that final drive?
You know, it just. I mean, it comes down to like heart. You know, I believe. They were saying, you know, the whole game they were believing in me, you know, and like, I mean, I just feel it, and I believe in them too, and you know, it was kind of like the last stand, and we just we just came up short, unfortunately.
Do you feel like the hurry up offense works better for you guys?
I mean, I like it. It can put the defense in the bind, you know, because sometimes, you know, if they're not prepared for it, they can be gassed throughout the game. Yeah, I mean, it works when we execute, and it comes down to us to executing.
Can you tell me about the interception at the 5 drill? Did you feel like you threw it too late?
No, you know, I just, you know, misread it, and unfortunately, you know, it came up in that situation. But, you know, that falls on me. I need to make a better read and get to my check down.
So you said you wouldn't have thrown it there in the first place, or would you have thrown it sooner? Or you
I should have thrown it somewhere else.
You know, you guys have had a number of these games where you just kind of done some things to hurt yourselves. Just, you know, where do you think you have to go to not beat yourself, or at least to turn the tide in your favor and pull one of these out, even if it's ugly?
Like Coach has been preaching, it just falls back to execution. You know, I gotta put the ball in our hands, not the other team's hands. You know, then it kind of falls back on me. I need to do a better job of securing that ball and making sure that our offense has success that we can do.
You know, you ran the ball really well. Just how well did you make? You know, I know you have a lot of run pass options, or how well did you try to find a place to run today?
You know, it all starts up front with the O-line. You know, I probably couldn't do anything without them. I mean, that was our challenge this week, just to run the ball down the throats, and I feel like we accomplished that well tonight.
That opening drive, it was intentional that you was going to run that entire drive.
Yeah, I mean, we were just gonna. I mean, we made a message, you know, to our line saying last week we couldn't run the ball at all well. So this week we kind of just focused on pounding. And I feel like that first drive really showed.
What did you guys see on the tape against Indiana State that made you want to run first coming out of the gate?
They're more of a cover one team, you know, and they had a 4-2 box majority of the whole game, and you know, we were kind of like throughout the games we watched, we saw that, you know, they gave up some running yards, and it also goes back to like last week. I mean, we didn't run the ball well at all, and we kind of just made that, you know, the focus and challenge this week.
Anything else? Okay, thanks, man.
Okay.
And then we'll take questions.
It's a disappointing loss at home, this or that, but we don't play complete games on both sides of the ball and in special teams to win close games and be a really good team right now. So obviously it's a disappointing loss.
You know, the two penalties on the first drive, you give them 30 yards on a 71-yard drive. Just where is the discipline that you should have right now at this point of the season? And I know you don't play the games, but
right, yeah, it's especially there early. I mean, Burners, you know, it's an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman going at it, and you know, the last guy doing the pushing and shoving is going to get caught. We've got to get past the, you know, he said, she said. It's a football game. You're going to get a penalty against you. Somebody's going to hold you and drag you down, and we've got to do a better job as coaches. It's not that it's not been addressed. We've got to have a maturity about you if you want to play high-level college football. You're going to get hit. You're going to get cheap-shotted. You're going to get things are going to go against you, and you can't react. Really, about this game is about how you react to things positively and negatively. And we had a couple opportunities to just keep playing football, and we give them 30 yards on that drive.
What went into the decision of making Matt the starter?
Just felt like, you know, really as my job as the team is to have a good pulse of the team, and felt like, you know, Matt deserved a shot to play, to give him the keys to the team, and he's a leader on this team. People rally behind Matt, and Matt's a good football player, as you saw. I mean, without those turnovers, he's, you know, that's a bit, you know, a good game. He made a lot of plays. He ran the football, tough yardage, and then he showed that he can throw the football too. Our game plan wasn't to do that early. It was to run the football with him or with our backs. And I thought that we established the run game, obviously, in the first drive, but we're not able to sustain that. 7 points in the first half that easily could have been 21. You know, you got fourth down or, you know, fourth and a yard, and we got our big personnel in. We got to go get it. We got to go get less than a yard to fourth. It was 3rd and 1. And then, you know, we're 4th and a half yard. If we had to do that again, I'm going down, you know, running power behind Jalen Graham and put Blake Parzich in, and we got a tight end, and we've got an extra blocker, and we got to find a way to pick that up. And the pick down in the red zone, another good drive, and going down there, and we get into the third and long situation, called pass, and we got to be able to just throw the ball away if it's not there, if it's not the look that you want. We've got to do a better job.
With more of a sense of urgency, it seems like your offense moved almost better than it did without that sense of urgency. How did you kind of put the, you know, tell Matt, like, hey, we got to move it along? Yeah,
well, they started playing soft, and they had a, you know, 17-point lead, and so they were letting, you know, a lot of that, especially at the end when we got going fast and being able to run the ball and pick up some chunk plays. They got into a sub package and tried to keep everything in front. Only had 3 down linemen. We could go fast and pick things up and move it. But yeah, I mean, it's sometimes, you know, that sense of urgency. You see teams when they're down and then they kind of play soft and not to lose the game. You can get going. But some of Matt's best plays are call some pass plays and let him scramble around and let him go make plays. You know, he's kind of got that backyard football in him where he can improvise and make plays, and he did that there several times in really the fourth quarter.
So do you not think that the hurry-up offense would be a viable option?
Yeah, I mean, we're always hurry up. I think that you're going to go. We're not at a point right now on defense with sometimes how we play, sometime with all of our injuries. You know, we went into it that we're going to snap the ball 100 times and think we're going to play good defense. So it wasn't part of the game plan to go fast in the first half, and it was to control the football and try to get into the fourth quarter in the second half and keep running the ball try to shorten the game up, just like we knew they were going to try to do, run the football. So right now, I mean, health-wise, when you're down to your 5th and 6th corner, you know, when you go fast and you snap all those balls, that's the thing. If you're, you know, one of those teams that put your defense out there a ton, you know, you either score fast or you go 3 and out, and then your defense is right back out there. And so that wasn't part of the game plan.
Playing against Keys, obviously you knew he was going to kind of get his tonight. How did you game plan, and do you think that overall, you know, what kind of came up short against him?
Yeah, he's a good back. He really is. He's big and he's physical, and they'll stick to the run. No, I mean, we didn't get the job done against him. You know, we needed to keep him under 100 yards. We talked about it all week long. That was a goal of ours, and I think he rushed for 156 yards. So just not good enough. You know, the big chunk play at the end, we ended up getting I think we blocked the field goal after he had that big run. Just too many, you know, just he just wears you down, you know, the 6, 8, 10 yard pickups. When we were successful, we got him into 2nd and long and, you know, tackle for a loss, 2nd and 11, and then we were able to, but when they stayed in front of the chains and kept handing it to him, they were able to sustain a few drives.
Did you feel like you prepared them, your defense, well enough, knowing Royals can run the ball, defending him and Keys?
Yeah, we definitely. I mean, obviously we didn't have the answer for him pulling it. You know, I thought they did a good job as far as the coming out of halftime, seeing some things the way we were playing the zone read, and him pulling the ball. You know, he's an athlete. We knew. I mean, yeah, he's a heck of a runner. I mean, he makes a ton of plays up until this point on the games that we've watched on. Just like DeSomer, I mean, drop back and pass and then go make plays with your feet. I mean, he's an athlete, and they did a good job of showing a few things with the zone read that we didn't do a good job defending.
How much did the blocking 2 field goals, was that effort or was that technical? You thought you saw something and they just executed it?
I mean, anytime you block a kick, it starts with effort. You know, it's there's never going to be just an easy one. You know, that I didn't do that. Huh? Is that yours?
It's fine. I'll fix
put it
that.
up, at least put it up here.
It's fine. If you don't mind, I'll just set it back up.
Okay.
Take me 2 seconds. Okay.
It starts with effort.
Yeah, it's blocking those kicks. I mean, the first one Jeremy got, we've been close on a couple. You got to get good push up front on field goals. You know, you got to get those guys down, and you got to give them some gaps. And then, you know, Henley just came off the edge, and nobody got a hand on him. And you got to have good technique, and you got to have a knack for blocking kicks. So those were big plays. I said that in there to Mike is we can't get going feeding off of each other. You know, a big first drive where we wear them down and go 80 yards and just really do whatever we wanted to. We didn't throw a pass, I don't think. I mean, we marched it down. That takes a lot out of a team, you know, and our sidelines was feeling it. And then they go down and score. You know, like if we could get a 3 and out right there, if we can get a big play, and then we're getting going. We just can't feed off each other. So and then in the second half, like even blocking those kicks, you know, you could feel the want to and the effort, and even on defense, it's we got some momentum there in the last 10 minutes and started playing better, but it's just was too late.
I think your job is not to show frustration, but you got it.
Frustrated? Yeah. I'm frustrated. You know, it starts with me. Nobody. I've said this before. You know, nobody will go home tonight more frustrated or thinking about what we could do, you know, differently or whatever it is. But you know, any time that you're in a season, I've never been a part of a season that you're 1-6. but it's my job to keep these guys together and keep playing and to get better, as tough as it is. You know, that's what I told them. The guys that show up here on Sunday at 2, we're going to stay together and we're going to fight and we're going to put together the best game plan that we can put together. And we're going to go to Missouri State and have the passion and energy to go win a football game. I mean, there's nothing magical to say when you're 1-6. I mean, we played in a lot of close games. We don't have a bad team. We're just, besides last at Illinois State, where we're just outmanned. Like, man, we're going to have to play unbelievable to even be in the game. That's not it. That hasn't been the case. So we've got to do better. I mean, that's what I've said. I've got to do better. This program isn't a 1-6 program, but you are what your record says you are, and right now we're 1-6.
What is the rule when you start catch a kickoff and then muff it?
Yeah, I mean, the rule is it goes where it's at, like a punt. So you know, that was tough series in the game too. You know, it was have a great drive, give up a long drive, tie up, and then we get the ball at the 1. You know, so that's and then it's tough to come out of there. You got to run a couple to grind it out just so you can give yourself enough room to punt the ball. You know, if you're at the 1, it's tough to punt from that position. So that was a tough string of plays right there.
The last drive, you get the ball. You know, Sam clearly has a bigger arm. Did you think about putting him in just to try to get the field goal? You thought DeSommer was your best chance to try to get down the field and get the field goal? Yeah,
I mean, you mean like on the last play?
Well, I mean the last drive. I mean, you get it at your own. Was it the 14 with a couple seconds?
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, as far as like the bigger arm, I mean, right there, you're not dissecting D. They're playing you don't have a timeout. They're rushing 3 guys and dropping 8, and you know you're trying to find a window to try to get the ball into striking distance, either for an Hail Mary or you're trying to break where we got a chance to try to go get a field goal, but there's not many good just plays to draw up. They're going to keep everything in front, rally up and tackle. They know you don't have a timeout. They're not going to let you, So it wasn't you can, I mean, a lot of it right there, you got to be in the right play. You got to scramble around and you got to try to find a receiver. I thought we did a decent job getting it to midfield. You'd like right there to get 1 or 2 opportunities there, double covering over the top of everybody, try to maybe get a pass interference or let somebody make a play on the ball. But no, I don't think, especially I've been there, if you're standing on the sideline the entire game and then say, hey, go out there with 30 seconds to go, no timeouts, and try to start getting warmed up, wouldn't be fair to Sam either.
On some of those deeper passes that ended up breaking down and Matt going for the run, did you feel like those were more him being impatient? Like even on that last drive, I know he decided to go and run when he had 80 yards in front of him.
Like I said, I mean, I think right there he's just being a competitor. I mean, we need first downs first. He was able to get out of bounds. So I've seen those go a lot of different ways too. You throw a pick on those situations quite a bit, where everybody's watching your eyes and you're trying to force one in. But no, I mean, that's a weapon for him, especially not the first drive, but you can get out of the pocket and make plays with your feet, and I thought he did a good job of that.
Good. Anything else?
Thanks, Coach.